Bueno. Hola. Tanya Lee. I'm an inspirational psychic medium. Thank you for being here. It's another unique Sunday where we're going to talk about a few things. So come on in, have a seat. If you're watching this on a replay, please hashtag replay. And remember, you can still share this video even after the live is done. And I greatly appreciate it if you did. All right? So welcome. Hello. Did you come in? Good afternoon. Deanna. I'm just going to take a moment to share out real quick. If you could kindly do so, I'd greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot. Oh, thank you. I'm just sharing out a few places. If you could kindly share out, I'd greatly appreciate it. Sharing out to a few places. AJ Gent. You can find him on YouTube. He's the Human Guitar Man. I love his music. He is awesome. Doesn't let you pin anything, huh? I don't know what that's about. Oh, well, enjoy your movie. Huh. That's okay. This end. I'm going to go ahead and pray so we can get started. Unique Sunday is just a day that come live and share messages and enjoy some music and just a little bit of time together. Hey, Joe. Always pray and create a circle to show respect to Spirit and to ask for their loving protection and guidance. I'm not quite like the others. I don't connect with aliens and lower vibrational beings. I connect directly with Source and with the angels. Really mess with lower entities when I can connect directly to God Himself. To ask the 4 archangels of the directions to please step forward and help me put a protection of white golden light around me and my circle and anyone that would like to get on this on the replay. I ask you, Uriel, the element of earth, to the north. Raphael, the element of air, to the east. Gabriel, the element of water, to the west. And Michael, the element of fire, to the south. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the power and the kingdom and glory forever and ever. Amen. I'd like to ask God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, archangels, guardian angels, spirit guides, ascended master, to please step forward and help me deliver messages of light and love. I ask that all messages be for the greatest, highest good and no lower level energies in our space. I ask this all in the name of Jesus. And so it is. Mote it be. Amen. I think clearly. I see clearly. I speak clearly. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is House of Music. Is the music too loud? Or is it okay? Can you hear me? Please let me know. How about now? Is that better? Is that better? Let me know. Okay, awesome. Well, we're in August. Got a lot of cool things going on in August, right? We already had one full moon. We'll have a second one on the last day, which is kind of, it's still out. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay. My tablet, I didn't charge my tablet, so we're doing it on my PC with music. It's good? Okay, good. Thank you for that. So we have a lot going on in August, right? August is that month of the year that kind of, even though it's a little bit further, it's not quite, it's past midway, it also gets us prepared for the fall, which is the fall equinox, which is very, very powerful, because right after that is the winter solstice, which is a time of hibernation and reflection. It's also a very depressing time for people, whether they've lost family members or lack of family or, you know, resources, whatever the case may be. So it's very important that for the equinox, the fall equinox, that and we're going to start reaping what we've sowed throughout the year. And the good thing about the fall equinox is that we can still plant things. It's never too late to plant anything. It's never too late to step up and do something that you know that you should be doing. It's never too late. You're never too old. It's never too late. The only time it's too late is when you're laying there on your deathbed and you cannot rise and do anything else. Many of you know that I'm a medium, and I've dealt with a lot of death personally, and I'm a death doula. If some of y'all don't know what that is, that's somebody that helps people transition, and I deal with a lot of spirits on the other side. And the one thing that I find the most tragic out of all my connections is those that regret not completing things that they wanted to have done during this lifetime. And we always have something, if we have something big that happens in our life, then we get that little fever, that itch, right? Oh man, you know, I'm running close out of time. I need to make things right, or you know, I need to start doing this, or I start doing that. And you don't want to get to that point. It makes no sense to get to that point. You came here to learn, love, and grow, right? So, although people would like to think that we could just close our eyes and just magically make things appear, that's not how it works. Now, trust me, I know a lot of magic. I don't practice it. I do blessings, but I don't do magic. Why do I not do magic? I have the ability and the knowledge, and as you can see behind me, all the tools to do magic. Why do I not do it? Because magic is temporary. Magic is good for healing and to bring in blessings, but to create change, if we use magic to create change, then what happens when that magic fades? Because it will fade, because it's something that's temporary. So that's why I do not use magic to bring about things. But there's other people that do, and they enjoy that. And hey, you know, to each their own. You know, I'm not judging. I'm just focused on what I will and will not do. Right? August is such a powerful month, and out between August and November, those 2 months are like the biggest months of the whole year. So when we can sit here and, you know, those of you that are, you know, awaken and understand that a lot of things that we've been taught are lies, and even our calendar and the years and time and all that. We won't get into all that today, but y'all know how all that is been manipulated. But no matter if you call the first of the year your new year, or if you call the equinox your new year, right? Whatever you call your new year, we often make those promises and those things, and we say, you know what, this year I'm going to do this, or I'm going to get this done. And then what happens? We allow life and things to get in our way. People, or maybe even the thoughts and the fear of judgment of people, to cloud or prevent us to cloud how we felt about something, or the way that we're going on our path. And it's very, very sad. And that's why I would really recommend that you guys really take this month of October. Tomorrow is a Lionsgate portal. We're like, well, what is that? Well, you know, everything is energy, okay? Everything is energy. Everything has a vibration. Everything. God made everything with vibration. Everything is energetic. So is the universe itself. And so Earth will align with Sirius, which will go into the conjunction. So everything will be aligned. So energetically, everything is aligned. When things are aligned, what can happen in alignment? Flow. When you're in tune with yourself, that's when you have those, you're just rocking it. You know what I mean? The thoughts are there, you're being productive, man, you're just rocking and rolling. Life is good. You're in that flow. Right? That's what the Lionsgate is about. Because the planets are all in alignment. And whenever they're in alignment, we should take advantage of that, because it's bringing that energy into alignment down to us. And it's about bringing in the manifestation of what you truly want. What is it that you really want? And then looking at what you want. Because right behind that will come the new moon. And the new moon is nothing about manifestations. You know, whenever I talk about bringing things to manifesting things, the first thing people will say is they want to manifest love, a love relationship, or they want to manifest money, or they want to manifest, you know, something material, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you also have to be realistic, and you have to break things down. If I want a love relationship, which I'm lucky, I had mine. I don't know if another is going to come my way. I don't care if it does or it doesn't. That's where I am. Because I've been blessed. I've had it. I've done the till death do us part. So I don't have to do that part anymore. Now, if something else is meant for me, it will come. I will trust that God will bring it to me. But if it doesn't, that's okay too. But not many people have been blessed like that. And they're still looking for that one love, right? They want that to grow old with, and you know, do all these things with. And there's nothing wrong with that. So if this is you, and you're like, man, I really want a relationship, then what are you doing to be the person that you want to have? What are you doing in your everyday life to be or become the person that you want to have? So you can't have what you aren't. This is the one thing that people miss. They want, I want, but yet they don't want to change themselves to be the very thing that they want. If you want a faithful partner, you have to be faithful. If you want a trusting person, then you have to be trusting. If you want to be loved unconditionally, you have to love unconditionally. If you want to be appreciated, you have to appreciate it. So everything that you want, you must become. This is why we get in relationships that don't last. Because they are not what we want, and we are not what we want. That creates flow. Everything is about flow because everything's about energy. And without a flow, things get clogged up. If it's money, let's say it's money. I want $1 million. Wow, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, if you want $1 million, what are you going to do to make that come to pass? You can't just sit on your ass and expect it to come. You have to make things happen. You have to manage your money. You have to look at your budget. You have to, you have to take steps. So when we're manifesting something, even though we're putting it out there, hey universe, hey God, hey Jesus, whoever you like to pray to, Muhammad, Buddha, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. Whoever that you feel that you're drawn to pray to, and you say, I want this, you have to look at what it is you want and break it down into steps. And you have to do your part. And as you do your part, you're creating this turbulence of energy, right? Which will create flow to you. It will create situations, synchronicities, and people to walk into your life, or things to come about, or situations to help you get further and further down the road with that very thing you want. It's not about just, lighting a candle and saying a prayer and just, sit there and just pray for it, which is something else we've been mistaught when it comes to prayer. Now, this isn't to be all about religion or anything like that, because whatever you believe, I completely respect that. I don't judge it. And that's all fine and dandy. But let me tell you something about prayer. We've been taught that to pray when we need something. But time and time again in the book, if you were to go back and look at it, you will see the prayers that came to pass, were those that believed in faith, that this will come to pass. In other words, we've been taught to pray in desperation instead of praying in faith, which is a big difference. If I'm only praying to God, who is it? Jelly Roll has this great song. I only pray to God when I need something. I only pray to God when I need something, or something like that. His song is amazing. Go check that out. I love Jelly Roll. He sings a lot of things that I used to really identify with back in my wild and drinking years. But we have to pray with conviction. Jesus told us when he was walking that if we said to move a mountain, that we could move that mountain. But we have to believe that we can move that mountain. It's not just enough to say, well, Jesus and God said I can move the mountain, so, okay, I'm praying to move the mountain. I'll wait for you to move the mountain for me. No. You change that, and you're like, you know what? You said if I ask for that mountain to be removed, that it will be removed. So I'm standing on your word. And I expect that to be moved, because that's what you told me. And I know that you are of your word. You are the word. And you said if I have faith, that it shall be done. Big difference. One's in desperation and one's in faith. See, it's easy to have faith when everything's going good. It really is. People say, oh yeah, I got faith. But let your mother die. or let your spouse die. How much faith do you have now? How do you feel towards God that took a little child? See, we have to get past the faith only when it serves me, and faith at all times. We have to get past that. That's why you got to be very careful of the spiritual community. Because many will teach you that, you know what, I've got these messages, I'm talking to aliens, I'm talking to this, I'm talking to that. And me personally, I don't care about those kind of messages. Why would I care what the aliens have to say? That's not my creator. I don't believe. Are aliens real? In my opinion, yeah. They have to be. We're here. There's life here on Earth. There has to be life elsewhere. I mean, it would be naive and very egotistic to sit there and truly believe that we are the only evolution of anything out there in the solar system. How egotistic is that? Oh no, only us. No, there's got to be something else. But that's not my concern. It's not my concern at all. Because we as humanity have been here many times before. I did a post on this. And every once in a while I'll do a little long written little article for you guys. And I appreciate those that read it and, you know, respond and like and share it. But people think, well, Tanya, with everything that's going on in the world, everything's coming to an end. These are the last days. And no, my love, they're not the last days. See, why do you think the Bible is written with the end written in it? Why do you think the Bible has the end written in the book? So we can avoid that ending. So we can change the narrative. It's the only reason why it's there. That's the only reason why that vision was allowed to be given. So, why? Because we've done this time and time again and again and again. That's right, Deanna. So we can change it. See, man evolution and just grows and gets smarter, and then technology and everything keeps coming and coming and coming, right? And with that comes destruction, because it's the opposite, and we're 3D. So we have to remember, you must see the heinousness of evil to appreciate the majesty of love. So whatever is good has its opposite. So as beautiful as you may see something, there's something just as horrific as its opposite. But you as an individual cannot be triggered or allow your anger or feelings to manifest into a negative way. Understand that a trigger is something that takes you back to an experience from your childhood or something traumatic that happened in your life. It doesn't always have to be childhood. It could be, but what it is it's an event in your life that you never healed from. You just shoved it down. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm going to stuff it in. And so you're very good at hiding it until something happens that triggers it. And then it rears its ugly head. And it will always do that. until you go back and heal it. So with that being said, that's what happens as more and more truth comes out. People see that and they get triggered and they go backwards. They're not healed enough to handle what's going on, what's being seen. And they think, oh my goodness, everything is so bad, look at it. But it's not no worse than it was 200 years ago or 100 years ago. It may be more spread, widespread. There may be more of it. But human trafficking has been going on since children were born. Slavery's never ended. That's just a narrative in a book. But it's never ended. So things have been going on, but now we are seeing. So we come to this fork in the road every time we get this advanced in technology. And, and that's what Child Lord showed me was, we get there, and it just depends on which fork we take. One fork will lead to a better world. Another fork will lead to destruction. And then we will go back, and we will restart this whole thing all over again. And that's it. I'm going to use the school system as an example. We all know that the school system, well, if you don't know, of course, go do your history, go research and learn your stuff. But it was originally started for something good, right? It was started out as a way to keep children off the street as parents and families were moving more into the cities and started working in these mills and factories and things of that nature because we were going into the Industrial Revolution and we had a bunch of kids running around causing havoc and getting in trouble. So the school system was created. And then they're like, oh, well, we can teach them to read and write. We can teach them things. Okay? So all that was great and fine and dandy until, Mr. Rockefeller got a hold of it. And then with his money, he was able to change the setup of the school system. Now, why am I sharing that? Because we know that right now that there's a lot of indoctrination of certain agendas in the school system as we speak right now. Many parents like myself have pulled our kids out and just homeschooled them. DJ's graduating a semester early, being homeschooled. But there's people that were put into the school system to corrupt it, is my point. Spirituality is the same way. There's people that infiltrate and are put into the spiritual system to distract you, to keep you off path. Because if you really understand how powerful you are and that you are God created, you've got God's unconditional love flowing through your veins, and that you actually came here to learn, love, and grow. And once you can do that, you can create. And that's what you're here to do, to live this human experience, all of it, both good and bad, and create something magical in your time here, because you only have so much time as this person in this life, in this body. But if I can keep you from healing, and because you can't really see the infinite potential that you have without the healing. You can always be shown your gifts and what you can do, but you will never step fully into your power until you have released inner pains and traumas that you have within your heart, because it's the heart chakra that keeps the other ones blocked or flowing. Remember, I told you everything's about flow. So it's flow of your energy within your 7 chakra system inside your body, along with all the outside chakras, your meridians, all of it. It's all a flow. But you can't achieve that if you're holding things in your heart. It will stop you every time. But if I come here and I tell you, hey, I can teach you to do this or do that. I can teach you this. And I don't care whether you're healed or not. What is that going to do? That's going to cause you to go learn, and you're going to get sidetracked. And no matter what you learn, it's not going to matter when that shit's right in front of your face. Because it's when it's in front of your face and your reaction and how you react to things that matters. Not what you're saying, not what you gloat about, not about what you know, or how much money you have. And none of that's going to save you when it's right in front of your face. So we have to be very careful, and there's quite a bit in our community. Or you have only, I can listen to my messages. Only my messages can show you the way. It's not true. You need to be connected. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, inner child, higher self, and divine. It's all the same. It all comes in threes. You can get your own divine messages connecting to your own self. You don't need to be at the mercy of people saying, oh, my spirit guides, here's the latest energy information. There are certain things that come about cosmically, like this lion gate that's coming up. Like we just had a full moon on the 1st, and we'll have a full moon on the 30th to end the month. So we had a full moon to start the month and a full moon to end the month. Very, very freaking powerful. With a lion's gate, a new moon, and Mercury retrograde right in the middle. That's a big old sandwich. But you have people that just utilize this and they turn the knowledge into propaganda. Propaganda is when you use information to alter the behaviors. That's probably the best way to put it. Just like the propaganda about cigarettes. Remember the propaganda about cigarettes? The same guy that was paid by Congress, as well as the tobacco companies, did a big campaign about how cool it was to smoke and how it was fine, it wouldn't hurt you. Do you know what else they made? Don't believe me, go do your own research. Breakfast. See, meat was on a low ending scale. So like the meat of the pig was on the low end of the scale when it came to selling meat. It was the pig that wasn't getting a lot of sales where beef was. And they needed more sales. So the same guy that did the tobacco thing was also hired to do this thing, which was also hired by Hitler. Do your research. He came up, it not only was these studies drawn up to make look real, and different companies branded their okay to it, that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. It was the most important of the day. And that you had to start your day. To be healthy, you had to start your day. And what came with breakfast? Sausage, bacon, ham steak. Not that breakfast isn't bad, but it's the propaganda that they used. And how many people, I know I did with my kids, oh, you gotta eat. You gotta eat now. And come to find out that's just a bunch of shit. Our body eats when it's ready to eat. Something I've learned, and I'm on a journey of losing weight. I've lost quite a bit. And I will continue. I'm kind of excited. I go to the doctor on Tuesday. And let's see how my levels are, since they were on the scale of tipping. But anyway, so, and what ended up happening with that? We're forcing our body to eat at a time. We're trying to change the biological clock within us. And our body is beautiful. God carefully put our body together. And it as well as the earth has things to remedy every illness, so does our body know how to do things. But yet we are out of tune, and we listen to other people and the science over our own body. And that's costing us, as you see now. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of lives over the past few years to the rhetoric. And there's many more coming.
This video is sponsored by the book summary service, Blinkist. The first 100 people to use the link in the description will receive 1 free week of unlimited access and 25% off a full membership.
Uh-oh.
We feel as though we are in the driver's seat of our mind.
Oh, that's why. It wasn't, sorry, that's a different video I was listening to earlier this morning. Anyway, my point is that we have to be careful of listening. You need to make sure you're doing your research on everything. Don't just take one person's word for everything. Not my word, not anybody's word. You have to do your research. I just gave you some information. Go see if it's not true yourself. Don't be so lazy that you're not willing to do research, because you will be the victim to something that you will do that you can't undo. So it's a beautiful thing, technology. It's all about how we use it. Everything has its beauty and it has its demon, but it's all about how you use it. It's called balance, and it's a hard thing to get to, but you have to. If you really want a prosperous life and you want peace in your life, then you have to find balance. I'll tell you that being at peace in my life was something very hard to do. My daughter just lost her grandmother this week. And, sometimes it's hard when we lose people. We think that, I know for me, for a long time, I had a lot of guilt if I tried to be happy again after my husband passed. I wouldn't date. I wouldn't dare talk to another man. Still felt like I was cheating, It still kind of does, but I'm getting better with it. But you just have to know that loved ones want us to live. That they are walking alongside of us. And although they may not have that experience with us in the flesh, they are so eager to see us have that experience from the other side. And I always tell my clients, I'm like, when I'm dealing with grief, I'm like, you know, if the roles were reversed and it was you that was in spirit, would you want to see that person crying every day or giving up on life because you're not a part of it? The beautiful thing I've learned about on this journey, and I've had a hell of a journey, is that life never ends. Death is not real. Hell is not real. The whole idea of heaven and hell is not real. But for me, the fact that death isn't final means so much. And there are some that don't believe that, and that's fine. There'll come a day you will. It's not my job to convert you to think it like I think. But trust me, there'll come a day that you'll know what I'm saying is true. So if you really want to make the world a better place, then you have to step out of that. And you have to allow yourself to be happy and allow yourself to live life again. And you need to heal aspects of yourself that you know that are there. And a lot of healing can be done by yourself, yes. But if you've got some traumas there, please don't sit there and try to do that yourself, because you'll never fully heal it by yourself. You can't, because you're in the midst of it. You're right smack in the middle of it. So how can you heal it? If you could have healed it, you would have already healed it, and you wouldn't be dealing with it now. Now, would you? If it was something you could do? There's behaviors and different things that you can say, you know what, that comes from this, and now I'm aware I can change that. But, you know, every person walking this earth has great meaning. Don't listen to the people that say it's only 144,000 chosen ones. That's not true. 144,000 is a frequency. It's not a number of people. That mentality comes from different parts of it. Actually, it comes from the Jewish faith. It's a faith belief. So if you give into that, I am one of the 144,000 chosen of the light worker star seeds that come to earth. Well, now you're talking religion. Now you're talking religion, because that's where that mentality comes from. See, like I told you at the beginning, you have to be careful, because things have been infiltrated. Propaganda, that's why we went through propaganda. There's a lot of propaganda in this community. And that's why it's so important for you to get connected to how you, to your higher self and your God or your divine or whatever you call for you, so you can be in tune with your intuition and use your discernment to go past these pitfalls that will be put in front of you. There's no doubt. Not a doubt at all. And it's with this that we can change the world. Because it's when you can approach something that you've healed from and you can conquer that and your light shines bright. You're able to, that's what Jesus talked about, you know, being the light. What he meant by that is walk your talk. And as you walk your talk, people will want what you have. They will want the peace that's within you, and they will want that love vibration that you give. But you can only do that if you're healed and your past stuff cannot haunt you. Because if it can, then you can walk in that peace and love, but let something trigger you and boom, you're back to the old self. You're back to the old addiction. You're back to the old behaviors. This is why people don't crack addictions. They just go through periods, right? Addiction, and I'm not talking just drugs or alcohol. There's a lot of addictions out there. But this is why. It's not the addiction, the substance or whatever the thing is that you're addicted to is stronger than you. You just haven't healed. But yet you're in your ego saying, I'm healed. I healed myself. You can't fucking heal yourself when it comes to something like that. But you can't get out of your ego to see that. So until you can come out of your ego, and it usually takes a really, really hard fall to see that, then you'll be able to get past that. And then it won't be that kind of thing for you. So, let's wrap this up. All this is getting back to what I originally started with, and that is the Lionsgate's portals tomorrow. Now, I have made a special candle that I will burn tomorrow night. And I'll go live on my business page, The Unique Tanya Lee. If you want to come over there and check it out, you're more than welcome to be with it. I'm not one of those that do, well, pay $5 and your name will get put in there. No, it's open for all. And it's free. So you don't have to pay to have your name added to the candle. Because you will do that live with me. Now, if you can watch the replay and say your name if you like. But if you, it's not about, you pay me $5 and then I'll put you in there. No, I've made it. I've anointed it. I have anointed it, and I will burn it. And if you want a piece of it, you're more than welcome to come for it. And then tonight, last week I didn't do it because we had some news about the grandmother getting really, really sicker. And she passed away on Tuesday, but, you know, everything started last Saturday. But I will be live tonight over on my business page doing readings. So if that's something that you want to get, I'm going to do $20 readings for the special. And kind of see what Spirit has to say about you manifesting. Yes, at the end of the live, I will put the link to my business page in the comments. I'll put my tree link. It has all my social media and all my groups and my VIP. If you're not a VIP, come check it out. We're going to draw for that later. I have a VIP winner every month, and I put like crystals and journals and stuff together. The VIP will be drawn, and see who that winner is. And I give away that each month. And those of you that follow me here on this page, I am so grateful for you. And like I said, pay attention to the posts, because there's always a method to my madness. Always a method to my madness. So whatever I'm posting about to start with, you can bet your butt that today it's going to follow all about that. That way we're talking about the subject, not just a one-time thing, but we're kind of dropping little seeds all day long to help you with that. And if you do want to work one-on-one with me, I do have a Patreon. I have different levels, and I have added for couples. I've had a few couples that wanted to work with me, so I do have a couple level now. But the VIP is only $4.99 a month. It's really, really a great program. And I do this every Sunday here on this page. I keep my readings and stuff off here because I have a place for all that. But I am going to start. Oh, I've made some really kick-ass videos for all week. So I've got a video for each day this week. So be paying attention. I'll do that towards the end of the day, on the Reels and on my TikTok. Check out my TikTok. And I go live over there sometimes too. So anyway, I'll put my link down below. If you're drawn to me and you enjoy my content, or you feel that I can be of service to you, or you want a one-on-one work or reading or whatever, just just look at my stuff. You can find it and reach out, and I'll be of service to you if that's what you'd like. If it's not me, please find you some help somewhere if you need it. But remember, whatever you do, don't give up. Okay? Think about it tonight. And when you think about something you're going to manifest, and I'll close on this, you need to be able to envision it. Close your eyes, envision it. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What is it food? If you can do that in your mind, you can make it come to pass. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all have a blessed day. And I'll see you over on my business page tonight if you want to be a part. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Que te vaya bien. Adios. Love and light.